This is Economics Today, and I'm your news anchor, Rachel. Today we are looking at what really happened during the past years of the Great Depression. What was done wrong, what policies remain in effect today, and what could be further done to prevent a second recession. Nationwide plunge into depression. Sounds exciting, right?
The first thing government ever did wrong in the first place was get involved at all. They say New Deal, I say wrong deal.
Well, I want to be known as the best president, so this means I'm going to issue a total of 3,723 executive orders, over 2,000 more than any other president. It's for our economy.
Wrong.
This is the Federal Reserve, and money contraction is perfect because all the banks will then fail and shrink the money supply even more.
Wrong.
I'm going to increase taxes, and then people will have higher incentives to work, invest, and start businesses. I'm also going to put trade barriers up so that countries will put trade barriers on us in effect. Our country doesn't need to trade, especially in a depression.
Wrong.
As the Federal Reserve, let's limit excess output. Yeah, we'll slaughter extra pigs, let fruit rot, and make sure that there's no overproduction. So we'll just let all the extra stuff go to waste. It's not like these people will lose their jobs or anything. We're so smart.
Wrong.
So, honestly, what were they thinking? The only thing that got us out of this Great Depression was the war. But enough about the first Great Depression. We're focusing on to prevent a second one. Some of the programs in the New Deal, some were beneficial, but actually did help to make sure this didn't happen again. Some of them are still in use by the government today. Let's take
Now,
a
a
look.
speaker, a farmer from the agricultural program that is still intact today from the New Deal.
Well, hey y'all, I'm thankful that the government pays me to raise crops to make sure I sell them internally, or only in this country, not exporting. It sure helps the internal economy, and it isn't too big of an effect to ruin international trading. I'm part of a monetary policy. Many Republicans are against this topic because they think it's too much government regulation, so they equate it with socialism and even communism. Sounds pretty radical, but they just hate too much of any policy.
Banker from the FDIC.
Hi, I'm from the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, aka the FDIC. I make sure that we insure bank deposits for up to $100,000. You're lucky you have me, or if the banks all crashed, your savings would be gone too. Both Republicans and Democrats come to a common ground on this issue, because here at the FDIC, we benefit everyone.
Hi, I'm from the Securities and Exchange Admission, and I help to make sure that stocks are traded fairly, and I analyze stock market like a chemist watches experiments. Me and their banker are both part of fiscal policy. We're pros, and we know what we're doing. I make sure the stock market won't crash again like it did on Black Tuesday. As you can see, the government really has stepped up their game, and thank goodness they did. Despite these programs, our newscasters came up with some possible solutions on our own, and how they would ensure a second Great Depression wouldn't happen again.
Let's say that we start to decline economically. If we cut bank rate interest, fiscal policy, then we would be boosting aggregate demand. Sound like Japanese? It's basically giving consumers more disposable income, which could circulate and help the entire
That's good,
economy.
but we could also just use the expansionary fiscal policy. Cutting taxes would also be more disposable income, but this could have a negative side. Our country would have a higher debt, and other countries wouldn't want to.
Or why not just use devaluation? In my research, I found that if we lower the value of the dollar, exports will be cheaper and imports would be more expensive. The individual would want to buy more products from inside the country, boosting our economy. The only thing is that other nations could impose this themselves as reactions, and we'd have competitive devaluation, which could end up hurting us.
All fantastic ideas.
Overall, the programs that we talked about today, and with the use of the Federal Reserve and other economics, another Great Depression is highly unlikely. This is your TMK Newscast, and we are out.